Does your business grind to a halt when you're having a bad day? Let me show you how you can keep your business running, even when you're feeling brain fogged and exhausted and just want to go and hide back under the duvet. As a woman now in her 50s and has experienced a menopausal cycle, where I have had many, many years of brain fog, and even to this day, still forget the names of some of my clients that I've been working with for years. When it comes to thinking about everything that has to be done on the business, it can be really painful at times. Have you ever sat there and written an email that you have written, a dozen times already, but you're starting from scratch each time and you're frustrated because you can't remember what you wrote the 12 times before? Writing proposals, starting proposals from scratch each time is exhausting. It uses up way too much brain power. And you're sitting there going, you put this paragraph together, but you can't remember which proposal it was. And then when it comes to maybe a member of your team and you want to be able to give something to somebody in your support team, your admin team, maybe to help you out on social media, and you're having to think about what it is that you're asking them to do, and your brain can't cope with it, you have a process problem. I got given some really good advice once upon a time where I was struggling to work out why my marketing campaign wasn't working. And the advice I got given at the time is saying that you are not at fault here, Karen. It is the process that is at fault. And it took me a while to work out what the person meant. But when I realized that it was me that was trying to fix me about why this marketing thing wasn't working, wasn't very helpful. It was energy that I didn't have, and all it was doing was picking me apart. When I transferred that attention to detail about why is this not working to the process, it suddenly opened up a new ballgame to me. Process in your business is incredibly important. It's one of the 3 Grow Strong growth pillars that we teach: people, product, and process. Process and systems is what can help drive your business, even when you're having a bad day and you want to curl back under your duvet. Trying to remember everything that you've got to do, whether it's like writing that email or writing that proposal or writing that job brief. When we can have processes to back that up, it means that we can take less pressure off our brains and having to think things over and over again and just follow the steps that we have written down. So mental overload is one of the big reasons why to process, in my opinion, being a menopausal woman, because of how much brain capacity and brain overload that often happens as we go through these life transitions. The less pressure I have to put on my brain to remember everything, the better. So for the health and sake of your well-being, processes is incredibly important in your business. But when we look at the commercial angle of processes, it's the consistency of making sure that every client that comes into your business gets the same high standard of service that you want to give them. When we have to remember, are we doing it as well as this time, and what do we give that other person? That consistency that you can give the same level of service to somebody that comes in the door on a Monday, on a Friday, beginning of the month, at the end of the month. That consistency will actually make dividends, pay dividends for you back in your business. And processes also help you end up delegating better. The more that you can think about everything that you do in your business has a 1, 2, 3, a checklist, a system that follows, that can be done the same and repeatable each and every time, it means that you can start delegating more. You can start challenging yourself and going, I don't need to do this. If I just give this checklist to somebody else to do, they could do it just as well and maybe even better than me. It allows you then to outsource what you're doing to free up your time to do other things in your business, or to be able to have more free time to yourself. So how do you create a process? It can feel a little bit grown up, a little bit, only big companies do this. But I promise you, once you start to recognize the repeatable tasks, it starts with just grabbing a piece of paper and a pen and documenting what you're doing each and every time. Over time, you can actually start hiring people to actually create the processes. So rather than you thinking about the processes that need to go into place with onboarding or delivery, actually have your virtual assistant or operations manager to work through exactly what needs to happen. This also helps safeguard if that person disappears off or you need to get rid of them, you don't have to start the job again. There's actually an operations manual that somebody else can take over and hopefully improve on over time, but they don't need to start from scratch. Often when I talk about processes, I do also get a lot of questions about, well, where do you put them? How do you save them? Where do you put them in the cloud? It could be as simple as a Google document. It could be as simple as just putting things through and it says checklist, it's a 1, 2, 3. That's certainly how we got started in my business. We now use a system called Trello, and Trello is quite often used for content creation and putting together products and programs. And we use it really well for putting in our processes. And in fact, Alexia, who's my client and operations manager now, she is known as the queen of Trello. We actually have turned it into a verb like Google and Hoover. We just say Trello it, and instantly she will create a card and there's a step-by-step. So we have the detail now, and I think off the top of my head, I think we've got something like about 56, 57 steps for somebody onboarding our Momentum Business Growth Program. So the detail that we have is pretty detailed. But we didn't start there. We started off with a Google Doc and literally just putting step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's how it begins. Ultimately, you want to think about having an operations manual for your business, so that if you do get hit by the proverbial bus, or you just want to stay under that duvet for maybe more than a day, your business can still keep running without you. So the last thing I want to share about this is actually processes is a very commercial part of having a business, but the difference it's made to me over the years is significant. I feel happier as a business owner. It means that as I still continue on with my menopause health journey, I'm not relying on my brain all the time to just think my way through stuff. I can rely on the processes that are in place, so I can use my brain power for the fun stuff, the creative stuff, for making videos like this kind of stuff. And it means that I don't have to be feeling exhausted about the day-to-day running operations of my business. So if this is somewhere where you think you might need to have a look in your business and look at, you might have a bit of a process problem, a really good place is to come over and take our free business scorecard. There is a link in the description below, and what you'll find is that you answer the questions and you'll get a free report directly into your inbox, and it will show you the bottlenecks around where processes could make a significant difference to how much easier your business could be to run. Remember to like this video and do subscribe to the channel so you can see more videos like this. See you on the next one.